In 1975, Sam Shepard was hired as a writer to work on a proposed film of Bob Dylan's secret Rolling Thunder Revue tour of the northeast of America. Nathan Osgood reads the fourth part of his book, recording that tour.
Rolling Thunder Logbook by Sam Shepard. This book has taken on such a fractured form, not for the sake of art or experimentation, but rather because the form is a direct outcome of a fractured memory. The purpose of the book isn't to reveal a plodding blow-by-blow account of the sequence of events, or to play peekaboo with the private lives of the stars. Concerts sold out, filled to the brim. Violence breathes through the skin. College types going to see the prophet. Patti Smith shows up looking like a samurai warrior on welfare. Joni Mitchell flies in from the coast and tunes up in the bathroom. Dylan is a magnet. He pulls not only crowds, but superstars. Who wouldn't play with Dylan if he asked them? Even Yehudi Menuhin would if Dylan didn't already have a gypsy on the fiddle. Neuwirth is pacing around the dressing room like a poisoned cat, chomping at the bit, makeup dripping down his eyes, growling at the beefed-up atmosphere backstage. I can definitely sympathize with his attitude. It seems to me that musicians, no matter what, should get some breathing space just to themselves before they go on to crank out 2 to 4. After double New Haven concerts, we're in the bus at 1 a.m., ready to roll 450 miles to Niagara. We head out into the freezing night with Ginsberg improvising on the harmonium, chanting a mournful Blake poem to the hum of the diesel. We haul into a Hojo's for a daybreak breakfast of saran-wrapped donuts and tea-colored coffee. The local zombies are all agog at the vision of Ronson, looking like a stand-in for Marlene Dietrich. Blue eye makeup, teased blonde hair stiff with spray, and raccoon coat held tight under the chin. $100 worth of volumes are delivered to the Niagara Hilton like so much chicken delight. This is possibly the worst hotel yet. I'm in the darkened dining room alone with Lou Kemp, having a secret meeting about what's needed to get this film off the ground. His idea is to bring in Coppola or Orson Welles and have him take over the whole shoot. We're after heavyweights, you understand. I understand, but I don't agree. I'm walking the Boston pavement in the rain on a strange drug called Lomatil, an opium derivative designed to counteract the trots. There's many unforeseen side benefits to these little white pills, such as elongated color perception, high pain tolerance, a certain sense of predetermination in all muscular activity, and a wonderful warm glow in the frontal lobe. Right beside me is a mad dog reporter from Rolling Stone named Sloman, who's coerced me into leaving the Dylan concert and going out to try to find the Tubes concert in the pouring rain. I call it concert hopping, or slumming in this case, since we're heading into definitely rougher territory than what we left behind. Sloman is the supreme master of tack and bad taste. I've never seen one to match him. Not even Harry Katukas, who was prone to attempting suicide on stage with a dead parrot strapped to his head. Sloman is in a class of his own. He's a New Yorker, but somehow he's made contact with every owner of every strip joint, porn shop, bad news corner in this town. He's yanking me into doorways and introducing me to the owners like I'm his long-lost kid brother. Silicone tit blondes are dancing on the bar behind him. What do you think, Sam? Nice, huh? Nice pair of knockers, huh? Come on, let's get out of here. I want to show you some more. Come on. We crash out into the rain again. What I really want to find is this great 63-year-old schizophrenic dyke named Ethel. I think her name was Ethel. She disappeared on me. Great chick. Fantastic chick. I wanted to introduce her to Dylan. Let's go in here. We dive into a super brightly lit up sex shop. Everything's bouncing off the walls. Let's buy Dylan a present. Come on. He heads for the back of the shop with the salesman. Have you got anything for a birthday present for a very special guy? The salesman heads for a stack of yellow boxes in the back. Well, how special is he? 12 inches, 10 inches? You gotta give me some hints. Sloman lets out a hyena-like shriek as the salesman starts setting various demonstration models on the counter. Boxes of dildos, plastic motorized cocks, religious figures with rising members. The entire place is doing cartwheels off my brain cells. My body is walking toward the door. My head's on the ceiling somewhere. Sloman's buying a toy monk whose joint springs out between his habit when you squeeze him. I'm heading up the street in slow motion, asking potential muggers where the Tubes concert is. Sloman catches up. His silk Philippine jacket is soaked through, so that the lining looks like the outside, and the outside looks like it's melted down his pants legs. His green tie is turning into a dripping rope, and his white and brown brogans are reminding me of Emmett Kelly. In fact, his whole person looks like a soggy pretzel disguised as a human. Through some miracle, we arrive at the hall where the Tubes are playing, and I suddenly realize that I couldn't care less about even seeing the Tubes. We start flashing our Rolling Thunder plastic laminated passes around like they were press cards to the White House or something. We're admitted to the monster show. White punks on dope. It's like walking into a crypt festival. TV sets hashing all over the place. Violent, distorted feedback that sounds like a cow stepping on her afterbirth and not knowing what hit her. An 8-foot transvestite in stilted platform heels, silver skin-tight jumpsuit, teased blonde hair, and the drummer behind slashing away at his kit as though he was caught in his own mosquito netting. If this is supposed to be satire, I don't get it. If it's not, then somebody's in bad shape. We weasel our way backstage with the passes and inquire about Jane from San Francisco. Who? Never heard of her. You guys aren't supposed to be back here. Behind him, I see Jane coming off stage completely naked, except for a couple of buttons and some pantyhose. I yell out to her, and she escorts us up a metal spiral staircase to the dressing room, followed by 4 other equally naked girls. Long lines of snow are being inhaled across a racket jacket. The place is hot enough to raise mushrooms in, and I feel like I'm melting. I leave Sloman and make my way through the horror show back toward the music hall, where the Dylan concert and personal items. It's one of those college dorm-type fraternity club jokes played for the benefit of the filming. But in this case, the film crew misses it completely. They're all off somewhere shooting a dog track. In the hospitality room is a lone hamster in a green cage. He's a black and white furry little beast with a label around his neck, the Zebra Phantom. The hooch starts flowing freely in the hospitality room, and everyone seems to be getting thoroughly plastered on Jack Daniels and assorted cream Kahlua. Ginsberg comes bursting into the party waving Iron Man comic books above his head. Who put comic books on my altar? No one seems to claim credit for the injustice. Neuwirth breaks in unleashing a fire extinguisher across everyone's lap, and Stoner leaps to the rescue, seizing the fire extinguisher by the throat. A wild struggle ensues, resulting in a cut thumb on Stoner's picking hand. This starts him on a long lamentation on how this new injury is going to affect the quality of the music for the rest of the tour. He goes in search of Band-Aids and iodine. Scarlett is practicing her fiddle scales up and down the hallways in a long black dress. Black snakes painted on her cheekbones. The rest of the party dissolves into private rooms to watch the basketball game on color TV. York Harbor, Maine. Morning. Knock on Dylan's door. Inside, he's on the phone, shirtless, ordering frankincense and myrrh, royal jelly, long distance. We go outside and stare at a picnic table, the harbor behind. A couple lobster boats with Buick flathead engines going like cats out to sea. He talks about the possibility of discovering America right here at the picnic table. How about that? We discover America at a picnic. Go get Neuwirth and tell him it's the perfect weather for it. And try to get a boat for Jack. We'll get Jack in the boat with a captain's hat, and he comes around the point and discovers us at the picnic table. We're off and flying. Many lobsters are ordered. Waitresses are hired on the spot. More food from the kitchen is brought and dumped on the picnic table. Magnums of champagne. One of the lobster men is watching from the side with his son, both of them standing in rubber boots and slouched caps watching everyone run around.